Okay, so we have our moss bag here. It's just pure sphagnum moss, and it's been dampened already. And I usually put about 4, 5, or even 6 holes that I space around the moss bag. So when I cut the hole, I try not to make them too big initially, because you can always enlarge them, of course, but you can't make a bigger hole smaller. Then we dig in, and you dig at a slant downwards, and you basically just move the moss aside so that you've got enough of an opening to get the plants in. It's almost like creating a cave or a grotto for the plants. Then we have our plugs ready. You can see they have nice healthy roots, and they were hardened off probably about 6 months ago. If you can, carefully just shake off some of the moss. If it's entwined around the roots, then it's good. And I'm using an old tweezer which doesn't squeeze too tightly. Sorry, this is the tricky part, to actually get your plants nicely lined up, and so that you can squeeze the root parts. Again, make sure the opening is nice and wide. See, there's a piece of moss that's messing around there. And give it a bit of a twist, and to try not to break any of the roots off. You can lay it on the bottom edge and then just tuck in, and then here's the root still. There we go. And then what one does is you squeeze the moss down from the top and from the bottom up. If you have a little bit of sphagnum moss loose at hand, you can, and you think it's necessary, you can tuck it in. You can also tuck in some below the plant, but generally I find just squeezing the bag a bit like this does the trick. And make sure the plants are tucked in and flat against the actual medium. You don't want the plant sticking out and the roots exposed. Dizers like to be planted right up against the neck. You can give it a little squeeze like that. There we go.